Hi, I'm Jamie McConochie from ConsciousManAttraction.com. The number one key to being more attractive is to be happy without the need for anyone else. Well, actually, I wouldn't say really that's the number one key. I think that's just a bit of clickbait, but it's definitely one of the most important keys, okay? Just to be happy without the need for anyone else. So what do I mean by that? I mean, well, that you don't rely on others for your happiness, and that you especially don't rely on men for your happiness. And why is that so attractive? Well, the thing is, if you're just totally relying on men to get your happiness, if you're like, you're not going to be happy unless you meet the right man. You're never going to be happy unless you have a wonderful relationship and you fall in love and get your soulmate, and you're never going to be happy until you meet him. If that's your way of thinking, if that's your belief pattern, what's going to happen is you're going to project this energy of sort of neediness. And whenever you meet someone or you go out on a date, you're going to have a tendency to kind of want to demand happiness from this guy. You might not even be aware of this. Maybe you're just thinking that you're just being affectionate or you're being loving. But there's a big difference between being affectionate when it's coming from your own sense of self-esteem and happiness from within. That's very different from being affectionate when you're kind of trying to demand happiness from another man, and you're trying to get him to make you feel happy. It's very different, especially for a spiritual man, because they're very sensitive, they're very intuitive, and they can immediately pick up on these kind of vibrations of lack of self-esteem and kind of neediness. So that's what happens when you're looking towards your date or your man to try and get happiness. Of course, it's okay to want to be happy in a relationship. It's perfectly natural and healthy to expect and to hope to find somebody who will make you happier in your life. But the key here is to make you happier, not to provide you with happiness from the first place, right? The happiness in the first place should be coming from you. That's the healthy way to have a happy relationship. You have to realize that men don't make you happy, they make you happier. So that means that you're already happy, but you can be happier in another relationship, with a great man, with a compatible guy. You can be happier. And that is healthy and normal. That's a healthy way to be happy in a relationship. Getting your happiness from yourself is really not such a complicated thing. It's actually quite simple. It's not exactly easy, but it is simple. It just requires a bit of conscientious work on yourself, a bit of conscious decision about what you want from your life and what you want from yourself and your relationships. And there's a few simple things you can do to really cultivate happiness from within. The first thing for me, I think, is the most important, is that if you're a spiritual woman, and I imagine that most of you watching this video, you probably are, then go within and connect with yourself at a deeper level, a more spiritual level, a more spiritual connection. Let that bring you a source of happiness. Find your happiness there through discovering more about yourself, discovering what an amazing human being you are and what amazing potential and capacities you have. That in itself can bring superb happiness, fantastic happiness. And in addition to that, doing the things you love in your life, following your passions, doing hobbies and things like that, that can bring you wonderful happiness. When you're happy just going off and doing things on your own and following your passions, you project this really sexy self-confidence, and that is hot, especially for spiritual men. They love that, they get drawn to that. And in addition, when you are just happy doing the things you love, you getting your happiness from yourself, you're also more spontaneous, you're more fun. And the spiritual man loves to be spontaneous, he loves to be playful. And you have a tendency to be emotionally stable, because you're not looking for him for your happiness, because you've already got happiness from yourself. That gives you this wonderful stability with your emotions. And of course, the spiritual men, they, they love a woman who is emotionally stable, right? And the other quality that getting happiness from yourself brings and cultivates is that you become a very inspiring person. You inspire others. And for the spiritual man, that is absolutely fantastic. If you can inspire your date, your man, your relationship, your partner, if you can inspire him, he will absolutely love that. And when you're just happy, following your passions, doing the things you love, he will look at you with inspiration, for his own life. And that is, not only is that super attractive, but it will also make him want to invest more in you and to make more commitment to you. And it will really make him feel fulfilled in the relationship. I mean, this thing about being happy is so important. I mean, just think about it. Imagine the kind of guy you'd like to attract, right? You'd probably want him to be confident and happy. You want him to be independent. You want him to be spontaneous and fun, emotionally stable and inspiring, right? All those qualities, they come from being happy with yourself. So if those are the qualities you'd like to find in a man, you need to be developing those qualities yourself within you, because that's the kind of woman that kind of man is going to want to attract and be with, right? So go out there, be happy, enjoy doing the things you love, follow your passions. And if you're not sure what they are, just explore things, try new things. Try doing something this week that you've never done before, something exciting and adventurous, and see how much you like that. And just develop that sense of happiness from yourself. Connect with yourself at a spiritual level and let your happiness just ooze out of you. And when you do that, I can guarantee you'll start attracting quality men. So if you found this video interesting, you might want to download my free PDF, which is called 3 Keys to Attracting a Smart, Sexy, Spiritual Man. I go into more detail in these topics, and I also cover some other things which are related to being more attractive for the spiritual man. So you can find the link in the description, just here in the video, and I'll hope to see you again in the next video.